Well, hello again, everyone. Mr. Reeves with you here one more time today to work through some of the problems from the Math 7 Module 1 Quiz Review Assessment. Wow, that is a mouthful. Math 7 Module 1 Quiz Review Assessment. Okay, so I just wanted to take time to do something I would do if we were in class together, which is work out some sample problems. I do want to bring to your attention, because this is an assessment, it's actually a practice assessment. There is not the usual feature over here of view an example or step by step, which is another reason why I wanted to go through some of these problems. But please, if you have questions on any of these problems that you don't know how to do, go ahead and let me know, and I will get back to you and be happy to show you how to do them. All right, so the beginning part here, I think, starts off pretty self-explanatory. All right, we've got some of these easier problems. Enter an integer to represent the situation. All right, remember when we go down, that would represent a negative situation, right? So we would want to do a negative 29 right there. If we go up, remember, it's positive. If we go down, it's negative. If we go right, it's positive. And if we go left, it's negative, right? If you have a gain, it's positive. If you have a loss, it is negative, right? So those are the kind of things we need to know when we are doing these problems, all right? So next one. Right, profit. Profit means we're going up. That's going to be a positive one, correct? Below zero, we're going down. We're looking for negatives. Gain, we're talking positive again. All right, now when you get to these number line ones, when they want you to plot a number on the number line, you have to click on the number first, right? And then you get this cursor. See how when I go up to the line, I get a cursor? Now I want a positive 8, so I'm going to go to the positive side, and I'm going to put a mark there. All right, then I'm going to go to the next problem. By the way, you'll notice that you're not giving the opportunity to check your answer as well, because this is an assessment. At the end, it should tell you your score. All right, so let's keep moving on. There's just more of these number line questions. All right, now we are up to an addition problem. All right, remember the first thing we ever did this year was adding integers that are the same. 6 negatives plus 4 negatives, what's that going to give us? That's going to give us 10 negatives, right? This would be like 6 red tiles plus 4 red tiles would be 10 red tiles. All right, same thing there, same thing there. Now we've got one that's different, right? We have 9 positives and 4 negatives. What do we have more of? We have more positives. How many more positives do we have? We have, well, let's see here. 9 minus 4 is 5, right? 9 minus 4 is 5. So the answer to this would be positive 5. Positive 5. All right, moving on. Same thing here. What do I have more of? I have more negatives. How many more negatives would I have? Well, I would subtract to find that out. Same thing here. More positives, right? So our answer is going to be positive. Subtract to get the answer. All right. Oh, what about this one? Okay. 2 minus 8. Remember, we want to, in a subtraction problem, we want to change subtraction to adding the opposite, right? Because if we were trying to do this with tiles, we would have only 2 yellow tiles, and we wanted to take away 8 tiles. Remember, you can't take away what you don't have. So then we would have to go ahead and add in 6 more of those yellows. But when you added the 6 yellows in, right, you would add in, all right, the reds. And then you could say, okay, now I can take away 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what am I left with? I'm left with 6 negatives, right? Or negative 6. We could get that same result by changing this problem to 2 plus negative 8. What do I have more of? I have more negatives. How many more negatives do I have? Well, 8 minus 2 is 6, and we get negative 6 that way. So either with the tiles, we could do it on the number line, right? We could start at 2 and we could go back 8, right? If I was here at 2 and I went back 8, okay, where would I end up at? All right, I would end up at negative 6. That's where I'd be, right? Because this would be like 0. So it would take 1, 2 to get there, and then 6 more. All right, so however you can get the answer, other than using a calculator, you are welcome to do so. Again, on this one, subtracting a negative, minus 2, minus 4, right? Subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. What do I have more of? I have more positives. How many more do I have? Positive 2. All right, so it just continues to work through those problems. Let's take a look at this one. True or false to indicate whether the model is 4 minus a negative 3. All right, and I really wish they had used color here. Maybe they didn't use color on purpose. These could be red or they could be yellow. I think they're supposed to be yellow, all right? And if they were yellow, this would represent 4 positives, take away 3 positives, right? So this would be 4 minus 3. If they were red, then it would be negative 4 minus negative 3. Either way, it's not what we want, right? This is a positive minus a negative, and these are all the same. So this one's going to be false, all right? Now, subtracting a negative moves us to the right? This would be 4 plus 3. Do you guys agree? This is 4 plus 3 is 7. Does this equal 4 plus 3? It does, because subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. So this one's going to go ahead and be true. All right, now if we take the absolute value of negative 3, this is going to give us 4 minus 3. All right, is that what we wanted? 4 minus 3. It is. All right, so actually, no, we want 4 plus 3. My bad. We're looking for 4 plus 3, not 4 minus 3. So this one is going to be false, right? Because this is going to turn in the absolute value of negative 3 is equal to 3. So this becomes 4 minus 3. So that's false because we're looking for 4 minus a negative 3, which is the same as 4 plus 3. I apologize. All right, and finally, does it equal 4 plus 3? It does. Okay? So subtracting a negative, the same as adding a positive. Subtracting a negative, the same as adding a positive. Okay, and then we get into a bunch of these word problems, which I know can be a little more challenging, but we're going to take our time. We're going to read through them. We're going to interpret them, and we're going to get them correct, right? So here we go. A bus makes a stop at 2:30 p.m. All right? I'm assuming it's 2:30 p.m. and not 2:30 a.m. It doesn't say, but it could be early in the morning. It lets off 15 people and letting on 6. Okay, so if you let off 15, that's going to be a negative 15, right? If you let on 6, that's going to be a plus 6. Then the bus makes another stop 10 minutes later to let off 4 more people. So that's minus 4, right? Letting off 4 more people is minus 4, right? So it's minus the 15, it's plus the 6, it's minus the 4. How does the number of people on the bus after the second stop compare to the number of people before? Well, we don't know how many people were on that bus originally. Do I dare try to draw a bus? Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not even going to put the windows on. So we don't know how many people were on the bus, but we do know however many there were. It went from minus 15 to plus 6 to minus 4. Okay, so how many people got off? So I'm going to do negative 15 plus negative 4. I'm going to put these two together. All right, I'm going to put those two together, and when I do that, I get minus 19. So 19 people got off and 6 people got on. Well, what do we have more of? We have more negatives. How many more negatives do we have? We have 13 more negatives, which means what? 13 more, actually 13 less people. I was going to say 13 more people got off, but we're just going to say that there's 13. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. We're going to say that there are 13 less people. Go away. I didn't want you. Okay? All right. So if we look at what we have here, we'd want to put the number 13. There are 13, and then we'd say fewer. Fewer means less. Okay? So fewer means less. All right? That's a W. I know it doesn't look like it. Fewer means less. All right? So 13 fewer people on the bus. All right, then there are some more similar type of problems. Let me look at this one. Select the word problem that can be modeled by the addition of two negative integers. We're looking for two negative integers. All right, Polly bought a cracker for $6. Is that a negative? She's spending money. Yes, and then bought a parrot for $5. So that for her would be what? -6 and -5, right? Amir bought a VCR player for $8. That would be a -8. And then resold it for $9. That would be a +9, right? When you sell something, you're getting money in. Marcus sold a cat for $9. That would be +9 for him. And then bought a plant for -4. That would be -4. Virginia sold her pottery. When you sell something, you make money, and then sold a hat for $2, right? So if you take a look at those, which of these, if I put them together, represents the addition of two negatives? Well, it was way back at A, all right? That was the one that was two negatives being added together. All right, and then we start to get into some where we have multiple ones, like mixtures of addition and subtraction. Remember, the best thing to do is just change everything to addition. So 2 plus 17 plus 3, but instead of -7, I'm going to put plus a -7, right? And then you can add them in any order you want to, but I like to add all the positives together, which in this case happen to be the first 3. 2 plus 17 is 19. 19 plus 3 is 22. And then I go 22 plus -7. And then I say, what do I have more of? I have more positives. 22, take away 7. Well, that would be 15. All right. So if we took a look at the next problem here, again, I would change that subtraction right there to addition. I'd say -35 plus -14 plus 45 plus 39. All right? And then I'd go ahead and add these two together, and that would give me a negative answer. And then I'd probably add these two together, and that'd give me a positive answer, and then I put those together. But remember, once it's addition, you can add in any order that you want to. All right? All right, and then here they're asking us to compare and say, is it greater than, equal, or less than? So remember, just a reminder, this symbol means is greater than, okay? This symbol means, of course, is equal to, and this symbol right here means is less than, okay? So they want to know, if you find this, if you evaluate this, is it larger, equal to, or smaller than the second one? Is it larger, equal to, or smaller than the second one? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this problem, okay, but subtracting a positive is the same as adding a negative, all right? And so I change this one to addition. I'm going to get that answer. This one right here, I'm going to change that to -14 plus 33 plus a -8, okay? And then I'm going to put these together. Let's see here. I'm going to go 21 plus 6, which is 27. And 27 plus -3 is going to be 24, because I have 27 positives and 3 negatives. And then over here, let's see, I'm going to put these two together. Negative 14 plus negative 8 is negative 22. So then I have 33 plus negative 22. What do I have more of? I have more positives. How many more positives do I have? I have 11. So then ask yourself, how does 24 compare to 11? Is it greater than, is it equal, or is it less than? And the answer is, it is going to be, sorry about that, guys. We got all kinds of noise today. It's going to be greater than. All right? It's going to be greater than. 24 is greater than 11. Okay? All right. And then there is, again, more word problems. How about this one? Let's see here. The table shows the changes in the values of two friends' savings accounts since the previous month. Lita had $55 in her account in May. All right, you'll notice this table doesn't have a May, right? So I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to pretend this was May right here. Okay, that's an M for May. So Lita had $55. How much does she have in August? Well, what happened? It was 55 minus 19, minus 22, and then plus 18. So again, if it were me, I would change this to plus a negative 19 and plus a negative 22. So now everything's addition, and we can add it in any order that we want to. So again, I've told you this before. I like to put the positives together, and then I like to put the negatives together. And then I like to do it from there. So I'm going to take the first one and the last one, 55 and 18. Okay, 55 and 18. And I'm going to do those here. And then I'm going to take these two, and I'm going to do those here. Okay, and that's going to give me one positive answer and one negative answer. And then I will put those together. Whoops, wrong color, Mr. Reeves. One negative answer is going to be there. All right, so here we go. So 55 plus 18. Well, 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry the 1. That gives me 73. And then right here, I've got 9 plus 2 is 11. Carry the 1. That gives me negative 41. Okay. All right, then I ask myself, okay, so what do I have here? I have 73 plus negative 41. What do I have more of? I have more positives, so my answer is going to be positive. How many more do I have? Well, I'm going to have to subtract. 3 minus 1 is 2. 7 minus 4 is 3. So I get 32. Okay? So that means that Lita had $32 in her account at the end in August. All right? Okay, I think that is all of the problems I'm going to do with you. Again, I know I did not work through all of them, but hopefully I've given you a good start. If you get stuck on any of these problems, again, do your best. You can look back at the previous work that we've done. But if you have any questions on any individual problems, go ahead and just send me an email and let me know, and I will be happy to help you. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.